many things. But one of the things we like to do is to transform lives one story at a time. And we have someone here who is a souls coach. Please welcome Guerline Brugiroux to the show. Oh, and we've been coaching how to pronounce your name for like a week now.
Yes.
So I hope I got it right.
You got it right.
Oh,
it's perfect.
Awesome. Well, you look lovely.
Thank you.
So much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me.
You're welcome. And you've got quite a fan base here.
Yes, I do.
Who's here for you?
I got to put my glasses on. So I've got my children. All my 6 kids are here.
6.
They're scattered a bit around this place. They run from 25 to 9.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm not good in math, but how does that work when you're just 29?
I wish, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
25
To 9 years
to 9.
old. Yes.
Alrighty.
So I've got twin boys that are 25. I've got my 21-year-old daughter, my 18-year-old son, who's going to be 19 in a couple of days, my 11-year-old daughter, and my 9-year-old son.
She's the shy one.
Yeah, she's the shy one, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. You having fun?
Yeah.
Having a good time?
Yeah.
Good stuff. You're proud of your mom? Yes. Great.
Yeah.
So tell me how it all started. Tell us about your background leading up to being a souls coach, which is really interesting.
Yes, it all started, I must say, because I'm a mom. And I think that if I wasn't a mother, I probably wouldn't be on this journey. I arrived to Ottawa, Canada. I was 2 years old. And
where?
from Haiti.
Any Haitians in the house?
Nope. My kids.
Got really quiet.
Yeah. So being the eldest of 4, you know, my parents really wanted to make sure that I was Haitian. So I was raised really like a Haitian in my household. And then I stepped out of my house and it was like Canadian world. So I didn't know how to balance that growing up. I always felt different. I always felt like I didn't understand either worlds, right?
What makes a Haitian different from another culture?
Beatings.
No, that's mine too.
From Canadian culture,
Okay, got it,
right?
got it,
So,
okay.
I mean, we would try to do some things that our friends would do in the house, and my mom would be like, no.
Oh, no, she didn't.
No, she's like, we're Haitian. We're not Canadian in here, you know? And my mom is very spiritual.
Yes.
So I think I'm the one out of all her children who picked up that spirituality piece. But again, so trying to navigate the Canadian world, the Haitian world, I was always lost. And I always felt different from everybody else because I just didn't get it. I'm even different from my siblings. And
How many siblings do you have?
3. 3. I'm the oldest. And so fast forward to life. So I had my children, I got married, and so I was kind of in my home being like my Haitian mother was. And that was not working for them because they're Canadian. I mean, to the bone, you know? So that didn't work for them, it didn't work for me. And then I had a really, really bad experience, actually. A bad experience. I didn't learn from that. And I went on to have another second bad experience. And from that experience, I stood back and I said, I got to make changes, or else my children were going to repeat the same mistakes, experiences, challenges that I did into their own families. And having 2 daughters, there's no way that I could have afforded that to happen. So I went on a soul's journey and I learned many different things. I had many great teachers. And because of my kids, I was a student of life and a teacher of life. And what I want to do now is help others break patterns, shift belief systems that are negative to them and that won't help them in any ways. And I try to do that with my own children, but it's also difficult because they grew up with a mom a certain way for many years.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, it's like a 180, like, who are you? And so if it took 10 years for me to teach them certain patterns, so I'm thinking I got to spend the next 20 years undoing them.
Yeah.
And so that's what brought me to my journey. It's really my kids, yeah.
Okay. Now, it takes 21 days to create a habit. Am I right? 3 weeks?
Yeah, yeah.
So undoing bad habits, how long does that take?
You know, it depends on how ready you are. Because the minute you put your mind to something, change is made. And oftentimes, old beliefs and old patterns are comfortable.
Yeah.
And for you to change them, you got to step outside of yourself, and you've got to be vulnerable, and you've got to be open, and you've got to be willing to just break down. And we're not ready for that. And unfortunately, it's when you hit rock bottom, and everybody's rock bottom is different. Some people it's financially, some people it's a marriage breakdown. It's
Sure.
different for everyone. Then you start looking up, and you're like, God, like, what do I do? And then you have the opportunity at that point to make your changes. But often we just fall right back. And if you've got something that inspires you to change, then you're going to change. And me, it's my kids.
That's
and I
good.
was just like, there's no way. My kids cannot live like that in their life.
Yeah. So they were your anchor.
They're my anchor. Yeah.
Well, you know, in my culture, we Jamaicans say, well, my father used to say it all the time, if you can't hear, you're going to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like the metaphor that if you're not going to take the advice I give you, then you're just going to have to walk through the fire and experience the pain. And of course, no parent wants to see that happen. But I see it a lot with, you know, people in my circle, outside of my circle. I can insightfully see certain things that I know is going to lead someone into a destructive path. And I can try to give them some advice, but then if they can't hear, then they're going to have to feel.
Exactly.
You know? So.
And the way I see it is, you know, we chose our path.
Yeah.
And we all have things to learn in this world. And sometimes, like, I'll see my children going somewhere and I'll be like, I went there. It's not good. You don't want to go there. But they need to go there, right? And because they need their own development and their own growth. And they need to fall and get picked up and come back to me and say, you're right, you know? And I know I am, because I did that. I lived it. And the best example I can give of that is when my older children look at my younger children, and they're trying to tell them, don't do that. And they're like, I don't understand. Why is it that, so-and-so won't understand? Because they can't make the connection. And I say, that's exactly how I feel when I'm speaking to you. Because you can see further than Leanna can, because she's only 9. I can see further than you, because I'm 44. Right? So they're like, oh, okay, it makes sense. But they still need to live their thing, but I can be an example to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So where can people find you to get some soul coaching?
They can find me on my Facebook page, Guerline at soulscoach.com. Also, they can email me at Guerline, and I'll spell that, Guerline at soulscoach. And for parents, because I work a lot with youth, I've adopted the name Miss G.
Miss G.
Yeah, somehow. So they can reach me at missg at soulscoach.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're an inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Guerline, everybody. We'll be back. Thank you for joining us here at the Nikki Clarke Show, and we've got two fantastic women. They are sisters, and they do amazing things in the community, and I have to give them heartfelt thanks for bringing everything together for this Ottawa taping. So please welcome Toni Jacob and Sophia Jacob. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Nikki.
So Toni she has a store in Ottawa called Toni's Fashions, and Sophia is the founder of Sophia J Events. So Toni, tell me a little bit about what you're doing. You were on the show in June, and I know you're a busy lady. I see your Facebook posts. You're out there. You're doing great things. So what's new for you?
Well, Toni's Fashion is having their 10th year anniversary. So I'm going to be having a little celebration at the store for sticking it out and, being in the community for 10 years, especially a small business. Trust me, the struggle was real.
Sure. I know the feeling.
So it's 10 years. I'm celebrating a 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what day is that going to be?
October 28th.
Okay.
October 28th.
Great. And is it like an open house? You
Yeah,
can
it's
come
an open
anytime?
house. You can come on in. There will be like a 20% discount. So definitely come in, support for the next 50 years, hopefully. I'll still be around, maybe with a cane, but still there.
And are you wearing some of
Yeah,
your
so I'm
pieces
wearing
right
some
now?
of my pieces. So this is from Toni's Fashion along with the bracelets. The jewelry that you're wearing as well is also
Beautiful.
from Toni's Fashion and Sophia as well.
Awesome. Okay. And Sophia, tell me about your projects. Sophia J Events, you're out there,
yeah.
just uplifting people.
Oh, it's a blessing from the Lord that I'm able to help serve in so many ways. And I want to thank you, of course, because you've inspired me to do many things. And I think when we met, the synergy exploded.
It sure did.
It really did explode. And so I received a phone call offering me to do my own show. So
Awesome.
again, abundance and blessing. I have to give God thanks because I'll be starting that at the end of September, early October.
Fantastic.
So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Thank you so much.
You're
Yeah.
very good at what you do. So
Thank you.
it's
Thank
the
you.
next step for you.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
absolutely. Thank you.
And I know together that you have a women's group. Can you talk about that?
So the Ottawa Women of Color Networking Group, we started that because we noticed in the city that we kept going to networking events and it was just a handful of women, myself, Sophie, Sarah, Denise, we just, not enough women of color that was coming out and networking and building their business. So from that, I said to my Sophie, and I'm like, you know what, we need to form a networking group for our own, to support our own, and start just engaging and helping out. So this is what we decided to do, was start that networking group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And how often do you meet?
So it's an online networking group right now, and we encourage everybody to post their business, their community projects, their groups. Come into the group and talk even live if you want to, and just let us know what's happening with you. Today was pretty much our first engagement and meetup, so many women of color came out. And it's not only for Black women. When we say women of color, we really broaden it to women of all colors. Aboriginal, South Asian, Asian women, just women of ethnicity and color, and be able to really capture what you do in the city and how you're serving and giving back within the community. So we really want to know, and we're putting more projects together for us to engage in and really highlight who we are, show us that we are women of power, we are women of faith, we are women of integrity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you mentioned giving back. I know that that's something that's very important for both of you. But Toni, can you speak to something that you're involved in?
Yeah, so in the Catholic Immigration Services contacted me to just like segments, come and speak to women on just how I started up a business and how, you know, just encouraging them in terms of, you know, you can, whatever dream you have, you can definitely, you can see it through. So I've done like maybe 5 so far, so they've contacted me to come and speak October 11th to do another segment. So I put it out to anybody in the Ottawa area who wants to lend their time, just come and speak to new immigrants that has come to the city on how to start a business. And whatever information you have, you're more than welcome to join in. Yeah.
Sophia, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'm working with, again, like I had said on the last segment, Tampon Tuesday Ottawa. I'm still with that.
Tampon Tuesday.
That's a really important venture. Again, it's collecting incontinence products, sanitary products for women who are homeless in shelters, and just giving back in that way and kind of just helping out. I'm also working with a bunch of different projects, so I'm picking up and helping with a new project that's called New Life Project Inc. It is helping women here and in the different parts of Africa, sending gentle clothing, toiletries, and trying to educate them as well. So we here would be doing forums, and they can call in and listen to how we're going to be doing women in finance, women of the world, women in business. We are going to be helping in that way. So I'm looking forward to working with New Life Project. And there's other things. Again, I do networking events on a regular basis to bring business entrepreneurs, professionals, and nonprofits together to engage, connect, and go forward on business ventures, collaboration. So there's different things that we do in the community, apart and together, and we want to be able to give back, because that is the way our Lord is pushing us to be of service.
So
Yeah.
service before self.
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. So tell us, how can people find you, Toni?
So they can reach me on Facebook at Toni's Fashion, or you can come to the location, which is at the corner of Saint Laurent Donald. That's 1020 Saint Laurent Boulevard in Ottawa. Or you can reach me at 613-709-0698.
Thank you. Sophia?
Just before we end, Nikki, I have something for you. John, if you can just reach over and grab this blue and black bag for me, please. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. So this is just a little something for you, again, coming to Ottawa and always just shining through. I want to congratulate you on all the things that are happening with you, Nikki. You are a blessing to so many women, and you're a blessing to us because you inspire me, and I know that how God put us together it's going to make it even more big, and as we go forward, you are going to be serving us even higher now. So we are watching you, and we're just so thankful. So it's a gift to you to let you know that, we love you coming back, and we want you to come back, right? We want Nikki to be back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're a lovely woman. I love you.
Love you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So yes, they can reach me at Sophia J Events, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at sophia.jacob. Sophia.jacob_events, and of course my new show is going to be coming out soon, so look on my Facebook page, guys, at Sophia J Events. And I'm just looking forward to doing kind of something like Nikki does, but you know what I mean, just getting her help and her guidance. I will definitely have you on, and all you other great people. Just so thankful for you.
Wonderful. And it's important that when you're given responsibility, when you're given privilege, you must empower others.
Absolutely.
Empower people, empower others.
Yes.
So I'm glad to see that you're paying it forward.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Toni and Sophia Jacob. Thank you so much. We'll be back. Thank you again. All right, welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. We have an amazing woman here with us today. She is doing great things in the community. She is the Vice President of Sponsorship for Health and Charity, and she's also the Managing Director for the Bamboo Restaurant in Gatineau, Quebec. Please welcome Janet Seto. Yes, Janet, you've got fans in the audience. When I said your name, I heard.
I think it was the Bamboo Restaurant.
It was the Bamboo Restaurant
in Elmer.
Oh, yes. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being here. And, well, I got to say, I'm a big fan of the restaurant that you have. Can you tell me a little bit about the restaurant? I know it's a family-run business.
Yes. So there's 5 siblings, and 4 of us. I actually manage the day-to-day operations, but I have a brother who does all the graphics, so he brands us. I have a sister who helps out one night a week because she has a full-time job, and she helps with Mom and all her appointments. And then I have a brother who does all the big financial, the big tax stuff. So it is a true family-run business, and we've been in business now 42 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. So you're, like you said, the managing director for the day-to-day operations. So
Yes.
you experience a lot. You hear the good, the bad, and the ugly
Yes.
when it comes to customer service and getting everything done. But tell me, what does it take to stay in business for that long? What is the formula that's worked for you and your family?
The main thing is customer service and quality. Quality control, having the same buffet that we've had for over 20 years. When all those buffet houses exploded and you had 200 to 300 items, you can't keep that.
200 to 300.
200 to 300 items.
Whoa.
That's what the big buffet houses advertise. They have so many items. Come, it's a great choices, but you can't keep it fresh. So we keep our buffet small. We go for quality. We keep the items low, and we are always replenishing. So it's always fresh.
Okay, so what type of food can we expect when we come to visit tomorrow?
I'm so excited you're coming. We have Chinese, well, Canadian Chinese. the regulars, egg rolls, chicken balls, fried rice. But we also have some authentic Cantonese and Sichuan dishes that my father created.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Does he still cook?
No, unfortunately, my father passed away 6 years ago. So that's why I had to step in.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So tell me about the charity side of what you do, Heart and Charity.
Well, in my journeys of networking and being out there in the community, I was fundraising for a charity called Tyson's Mission to a Million when I was with, World of Women. Have you heard of World of Women? I was fortunate enough to be elected or voted in as the WOW Ambassador of the Year 2016, and during that reign I got to choose a charity. Tyson's Mission to a Million was my choice, and I knew my reign was coming to an end, so I guess I put it out in the universe, and it answered and connected me with Michelle Davis, who's the founder of Health and Charity. It's a nonprofit organization that partners with businesses and charities, and when we refer and support the businesses will give back for you instead of constantly being asked to donate out of your own pocket. We're trying to help fight the donor fatigue.
And that is a real thing. Because there are a lot more needs now in our world, and it's not that you don't want to give, but maybe you're not in the position, or you're just really burnt out. And I think people are a little bit skeptical too of some
Where does the
organizations out
money
there
actually
that
go?
may have been a little deceptive in how they've been handling the money. So people are kind of weary. So how do you get over that?
Well, we've partnered with more than 25 of the top charities across the nation. And Michelle went through lots of red tape. She went through accountants, lawyers, all the board of directors on the CHEO Foundation, which is our Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, before they would even come on board with us and let us associate with them. And that took over a year. So once all that criteria was met, then when we partnered with them, all the other charities saw that we were legit and that we were above board, and they were ready to become partners. Yes.
That's amazing. And you have a gala that's sold out.
Yes, so Friday, September 29th, our thank you gala in support of the CHEO Foundation is officially sold out. 350 tickets are gone, and we are very excited. We've brought on board a lot of wonderful sponsors: photographer, videographer, florist, DJ, the MC, Dylan Black is our official MC. All these amazing people have come on board and volunteered their time to help us create this amazing event. We're so grateful and thankful.
That sounds amazing. And tell us, where can people go to Bamboo? What's the location?
Okay.
And where they can follow you on social media?
So Bamboo Restaurant in Gatineau, Quebec, the Elmer sector. We are located at 87 Rue Principale, and the phone number is 819-684-5558, and our website is thebamboo.ca.
Fantastic. And the Heart and Charity?
The Health and Charity,
Health and Charity.
You can reach me at janet@healthandcharity.com, or healthandcharity.com is our official website.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Janet, I'll see you tomorrow. Is 1 o'clock good for you?
That's perfect.
Janet, see to everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
Oh, should I get back?
Welcome back to the show, and I'm so excited to have back on the show for the second time around Ottawa's favorite real estate agent. Please welcome Michael Arthur to the show. Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
And you're looking very sharp.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
You gotta represent.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I hear congratulations are in order.
Yes.
You recently got married.
That's right.
That's a big jump.
I'm very blessed to have a wonderful lady in my life, and I'm so appreciative of her. So thankful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So I heard you had like a traditional wedding. And,
Yeah. You will have a religious one, North American style type wedding in October. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So we've talked about a number of things on the show, and
We talked about, how to get your credit correct,
Yeah.
to, reestablish being able to have,
Yeah.
home ownership. We talked about rent-to-own options.
Yeah.
We talked about RSP mortgages.
Yeah.
But today, let's talk about some of the mistakes that people make when they're selling their homes.
Correct, yeah.
What should people know to avoid?
That's good that you brought that question up, because based on my experience and working with clients is that there's three main areas where sellers at times fail. And I call them the 3 Ps: presentation, promotion, and price. And I'll walk through each one.
Sure.
Just to explain it. When it comes to presentation, a lot of sellers, what they do wrong is that they don't present their home well. They don't prepare their home well. Where you see a lot of stuff lying around, you see mold throughout the house,
Too bad, yeah.
which is a health hazard for anyone who wants to buy a house like in that type of condition. Also, you see this, like when you enter a home. When I do a showing for a buyer client, you enter a home and it smells, whether it's dog odor.
It's not smelling like apple pie.
Yeah, even at times the seller will mask the smell, but you still smell it, unfortunately. And that's certain areas where the seller fails to sell their home. Also, there's deterioration on the roof, where the repairs are not done properly throughout not only the roof, but through certain areas of the house, which discourages buyers to really buy that home. And that, as a result of that, the home is on the market for long periods of time. So that's one area. The second area is the promotional aspect of it. And when it comes to promotion, it deals with the marketing of the home, when you put it on the market to attract qualified buyers. What a lot of sellers do wrong is that they don't market their home in the right media channel. At times, they hire companies or even realtors to market their home on the website, but they don't go further in promoting a home when it comes to doing videos.
Yes.
Videos or posting their home on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just to bring some attraction to that home, some interest into getting a qualified buyer to buy that home. And that's where lies the problem, because, for instance, for a lot of sellers, not a lot, but some of them hire companies such as Comfrey and Grapevine, where they're great companies, where the sellers pay a low commission. But the problem with those companies is that they don't really promote it aggressively or strategically for the benefit of the buyer. And even also it comes to realtors as well. Some of them don't really promote the house very well. So that's another area where sellers make mistakes. The third one, and the most common one, and the most important one, is the price. When it comes to price, a lot of sellers when they list the price of the home, the sale of the home, it's over the market price. They feel that, for example, I did renovations to my basement, to my kitchen, and all this stuff, and then they set the price saying that, okay, I should raise it at this price because I'll get my money back for what I spent or invested in the house. That's not the case, because you have to understand the buyers determine the market price or the sale price of the home, not the seller, because the buyers, what they have in their arsenal is obviously a realtor who do an analysis of the property to see what the current market value of that property or home is. Also, they have internet where it's access to several pieces of information. Also, take a look at tax records. They could look at, for instance, property tax assessments and stuff like that, just to get the sense of the true value of the property through the realtor. So those are the three main areas where, unfortunately, a lot of sellers make mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to presentation,
Yeah.
What can you offer as a remedy for that?
Presentation. When I meet with a seller client, I walk through their home just to evaluate which areas they need to work on in terms of making cosmetic repairs, not structural repairs, because structural repairs cost money. I can recommend that to them, but it's up to them to make a decision. But cosmetic repairs where they have an opportunity to set a good price where they can obviously earn a reasonable profit on the sale of the home. Also, what I do in terms of from a marketing perspective is that I use Facebook a lot, Facebook ads especially, where I post their home or promote their home to a segment or segments of a population that are geared to or qualified to purchase a home. You don't want to promote a home that's a single-family home to a university student, for example, right? It doesn't make sense. You have to promote the home, a single-family home, to a family, for instance.
Right.
So those are the types of strategies I use. As well, what's king right now is video, like we're doing right now. Video is king. I recommend to anybody who has a business or starting a business, use video, because video makes a difference. Because a lot of people these days, they don't like reading because their attention span is like, for instance, 9 seconds. According to a study that Realtor.com did, where people, when they read real estate information or looking at a house, their attention span is 9 seconds. So with video, if you make it exciting, entertaining, it will attract buyers to stay on that video, watch it for a long period of time, and capture their interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So grab their interest fast and keep it running.
Yeah.
Would you also recommend a stager?
Yes, definitely. Staging is a great strategy to use, just to get a sense for the buyer. When they come in, they'll get an appreciation of how their brand new home will look like if they're interested in buying it one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So how do people just stay on track when it comes to having to expedite the selling of their house?
In terms of, are you looking from the perspective of speeding the process?
Yes,
or
speeding it up. Yeah.
Speeding it up. It boils down to those 3 areas. Like I said, presentation, where you want to present your house in a good condition, where people will be wowed by the presence of the home. Of course, the promotion of the home through Facebook, social media platforms, video, talking to other realtors, doing video, all those things. And then the price, you set the price strategically that is conducive to the market. When a home comes on the market, you have to make sure you have to check what other homes were sold within a reasonable time period, what homes were that didn't sell, and then you do the analysis to to arrive at a right price where you can get a qualified buyer right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So keeping the price realistic.
It's realistic, yeah.
Awesome. So love the dropping knowledge here with us.
Yeah.
Where can people reach you?
You can find me at miketheagent.ca, or you can call me at 613-890-7653.
Awesome. All right. Michael Arthur, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Great tips on real estate.
Yeah.
We'll be back.